everyone, and welcome to Hold Yourself High, where in this safe space, I talk about growth, spirituality, and relationships. Some episodes will be just me talking about my personal discoveries, while others will be with special guests discussing their gifts and experiences. Make sure to like and subscribe to never miss an episode. If you'd like to connect, you can follow me on Instagram at Hanifa. I hope you all enjoyed this journey with me. Stay tuned and stay high. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hold Yourself High. Yeah, I bet y'all thought I was going to be sleeping on another episode. But no, I'm back, and I'm here to stay. Consistency, remember? So to update y'all on what's been going on, I've been doing a lot these past couple of weeks. I hosted my first event, which was really fun and frustrating at the same time. This event was a Duval showcase for all artists, so this was the most social that I have been in a while, so I give all my party and event hosts so much credit. I made a lot of connections, met a lot of people, and I learned a lot, so I would definitely do it again. Also, it's going to be me and my partner's 1-year anniversary. It's coming up on the 22nd of October. I have prepared so much for this day, and I just can't wait to spoil them. I'm really happy to be in a relationship that's for me, y'all. Like, I'm just so in love. Ooh, and another update. So your girl went back to the gym. I know. The last time when I told you I was working out, I literally lost like 20-30 pounds. Yeah, I kind of gained like a good 10-15 back. My intention was not to take a break from the gym, but because I moved and I started this new job, I've been having a tough time trying to manage my time to work out. So I finally went back, and when I tell y'all, my body is so sore, but we're going to get these gains, no doubt. But not only was I busy these past couple of weeks, I've been seeing a lot of signs, and not just seeing angel numbers and receiving readings, but more. These are certain signs that I've been needing to see and hear for a long time, and I'm sure you've been getting a lot of those signs as well, especially since we've been in this retrograde. Well, I'm here to tell you, you are receiving a sign right now, and it's in this episode. So make sure you're listening with an open mind and an open heart, okay? Let's get into it. Are you listening? Are you hearing me? Because what I'm about to tell you is very important, okay? Do not let anyone just sit at your table. I'll repeat it. Do not let anyone sit at your table, especially if they are empty-handed. What does that mean? What's my table? And who can sit at my table? Well, I'll explain. Imagine a table in front of you. The table can be shaped as a square, rectangle, or a circle. This table can be any size you want it to be, okay? Now imagine the chairs. How many chairs will you have at your table? Now that this table you have set up, you're sitting at the table, right? Front and center. But who will be sitting in the remaining seats? You may say your friends, family members, or a partner, but it all depends on how many seats you have available. Now ask yourself this: do the people you have sitting at your table bring anything besides themselves? I mean, you may also ask me, what are they supposed to bring at my table? Well, I'm going to tell you. This table you have created is your journey, and the seats are for the people who will be accompanying you. So as you progress with your journey, the people in the seats will decide if they want to stay on this journey with you, but it is for you to decide who will be sitting with you, especially if they're bringing something to help you. For example, my table is round, so this particular table is really not the biggest. The people who are currently sitting at my table is my closest friend and my partner. Not only do they both support me emotionally, but they support my dreams, and they give me the encouragement I need to continue working. So while I was on this break, they checked on me a lot, and they asked about my progress a lot. Now, for years, I've questioned relationships along the way. I've always had these friends, but I've always felt alone. I started to notice who's really there for me and who's just there for the moment. The people I felt that were my friends barely checked in on me or showed support in my craft. And I know that they don't see me as much, but that's mainly because of work and my mental state. But me being the kind of person I am, I showed that support 100%. Shit, 1,000%. So no matter where I am at life, I'm always there. When people show you who they really are, believe them, y'all. I had to teach myself to not expect so much from people, even the ones I'm close to. Anyone can give you support, but they don't have to. And I can no longer stress and cry over people that aren't obligated to be there. And neither should you. Now, what should you do if someone is seated at your table with nothing to offer you? Well, I think the answer should be to either remove them from your table, keep them at a distance, or cut them out completely. Nothing's more tiring than having someone eat off you and you're left with nothing. So you do have the choice to have them remain at your table, empty-handed or not. Back then, I used to have a lot of people sitting at my table because I believed that these people were going to be in my life for a long period of time. But I learned the hard way, and that's just not the case. If you have a small or a large group of people in your life, see who really supports you and your journey. When you invite people to accompany you on your journey, see if they bring something you need. And I'm not saying to use people to get what you want, but we all need a plate of support from someone. Now, this part of the episode may not apply to everyone. So some of you may say, well, Hanny, what if I have no one sitting at my table? Well, listener, it sounds like you have a friendship wound that needs some healing. It's okay to be alone. As I mentioned in my last episodes, you'll have yourself at the end of the day. When you're trying to fill the void of loneliness, don't just try to fill it, but embrace it. Take the time to be your own best friend. Do what you want to do for you, and do the things that'll keep you present. This will take a lot of inner child work. Trust me, I'm currently going through it. But by being your own friend, you be your own support system. Though it may be challenging at times, it'll get easier when you get the chance to embrace it. And honestly, I think it builds character. With this, you'll be able to know your boundaries and address them. You'll be able to know the difference between being selfish and selfless. When I'm feeling lonely, I sometimes write, do some self-care, clean my space, or listen to music. And let's not forget smoking. But the things that'll keep my mind busy and my mood high, I try to stay consistent with. Like I said before, this journey that you're on is long and hard. And the people that are accompanying you may or may not be there for long. And that's okay. Just don't let it hinder your progress. Just know that you're never alone. You have God, and you have this amazing podcast. So take the time to learn you, what you need, and take care of yourself along the way. At the end of the episode, I will be having a journal available for you. In this journal, you will be reflecting your thoughts and feelings about your table. I think writing this out will help you envision who will be on this journey with you. Feel free to share this entry with others or even to the podcast. I would love to see what you all have come up with. I want to thank everyone for listening to another episode of Hold Yourself High. Stay tuned and stay high. Thank you everyone for listening to today's episode of Hold Yourself High. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and a review on what you thought about today's episode. Also follow me on Instagram at Hanifa for more content about my journey and the podcast. Stay tuned and stay high.
Where your gifts and your talents are concerned. Learn the difference between when you've been invited to have a seat at a table and when you've been invited because you've been put on the menu.